this is Dorian, and I'm doing a quick video today to share with you something that some of the most successful high performance businesses follow by and make sure they have implemented in their business. And I'm sharing this today because it's something that we're putting in our business, and I thought it might be useful if you want to take some of these principles that the really successful larger companies are doing and try to build them into your business now, which will help you over time. And this title is called Marginal Gains. So if you think about it, we're in a business and we're always thinking about the overall problem. But really what we need to do is split that down into smaller sections. And then we need to focus on those smaller challenges and how we can overcome them or put systems in place to increase our efficiency on all of those smaller targets. Effectively, what we're doing is we're taking that big problem and we're splitting it into smaller size chunks that are manageable. Not only are they manageable, but we can measure. So once we know, once we've split down and we have those smaller problems to overcome, what we then need to do is put a system in place where we can test, we can measure, we can stress, and then we can retest. And once we've done those four things, we'll be generating data that we can use to our advantage by putting into place new strategies, new processes, and new systems, and effectively tweaking over time. What we do then is, once you measure the performance of those individual subsections, then you'll realize that the actual balance on the bottom has had explosive growth. So instead of saying that I want to increase efficiency of the overall business by 5%, if you just take those smaller sections and try to get those marginal gains on each one of them, they will compound on each other, and the effect you have on the bottom line will be massive. Very successful businesses do just this. If you think of Formula One, for example, those races can be won in milliseconds. So they need to be really, really good at marginal testing. And that's what they're doing. Every time they're doing something in the business for Formula One, they're trying to increase efficiency by milliseconds each time. Now, I don't know if you know this, but actually within the whole process of their race, they are measuring they have over 16,000 sensors, which generate over 50,000 different pieces of data, which they can use and measure, stress, and then retest on. All of those data are giving them key insights into how they can perform slightly better in future. And these get measured by a team of high performance experts. If you think about it, in their pit stop, which is one of the most crucial things they need to do, just changing the wheels have over 8 different sensors. And it's not just about changing the nuts, it's how tight they are, how fast they can become loose, what's the optimal angle for the drill to go in, and where are the delays coming from? Is it manually or is it the equipment? Can the equipment be better? Is there different types of nuts or bolts to use? So that really, in effect, is the nuts and bolts of Formula One racing in terms of the performance of it. And each time they're striving to get better marginally. So if we can take that same principle and put it into our business, then over time, we will inherently become successful just by trialing and taking those errors or building on them, and over time building that real good system that works well for us. So a few things that you can do from this video. Firstly, remind yourself what type of business you're growing. How big do you want this to be? Where do you want to take it? What is it that you actually want from this business? Number 2, what do you need to be measuring? What statistics or data could really help you in your business? What processes or systems do you have in place now? What key tasks are you doing in your business that without them, effectively, you need to work out what the lifeblood of your business is. What tasks you do that can generate performance. And you need to be asking yourself, what are you currently measuring? What are you not measuring? And how can you do things better? Number 3, for a simplified task, try and split your business into those sections. For example, let's just take development, high level. Instead of thinking of a overall development business, why don't you try and split it down into, for example, deal sourcing, build costs, finance, sale per project, number of projects capable of handling at once. You've got 5 different subsections there. There are many more, but if you just take those 5 high-level subsections, and then you can try and put some data behind those as well to how you measure the performance in each section. Then all you're going to be focusing on is trying to find ways that you can be better each time. And over time, the more you do this, the more that you test, measure, stress, and retest, the better you will become, the more robust and strong your systems will be. Then what you can really do is you can look at the marginal gain you're achieving on each one and look at what that does to the bottom line. So for example, for those 5 sections we just shared just then for development, write down at the moment what, for example, how many deals it takes for you, how many leads it takes for you to analyze to get one deal. What's the average cost per project, if applicable? I know there's going to be variances. What's the average sale per project? And then you ask yourself, what if we can increase efficiency or increase performance on each one slightly? What does that do to the bottom line? And you'll realize that if you just take, for example, a 5% efficiency increase on each section, that's going to equate to not 5% growth overall, but it's going to equate to a lot larger. So I recommend you actually try that out. Now remember, the more detail you can go into this, the better. The subsections I've already just highlighted, that's still quite high level. So you really need to find and focus on your energy on your business to see how you can increase the performance of it. Now, again, just to remind you, the reason for doing marginal gains is specifically to increase your business that little bit in each area over time. And what it'll do is compound on itself to help you build a real good, scalable, robust, and successful business. And that, the marginal technique, is really what keeps those businesses at the top further ahead all the time. They're striving all that time for that extra little bit more. How can we do things just a little bit better? Now, if we take that same approach over time, we should find ourselves and our business growing quite successfully. So I hope that's helpful. And yeah, let me know how you get on. Comment below, share this video, and reach out to me if you feel I can help in any way.